City officials in Philadelphia closed a swimming pool in one of their dirtiest, darkest, most dangerous chocolate neighborhoods. Now, all the neighbors around there are going, why? Well, the answer is, you could just ask Joe Biden. He wrote a book about it in 2007 where he had a big chunk of his autobiography talking about his own experience running the gauntlet of black violence when he was a lifeguard, a white lifeguard in a black swimming pool in Wilmington, Delaware called Price's Run. We've done that story here several times. The Washington Post just did it a few days ago. The moral of the story is a white lifeguard in a black swimming pool learned how to run the gauntlet of crime and violence and threats. And that's how he learned to get along and to love the fellas. Yeah, that's what the Washington Post said. In reality, swimming pools are centers of crime, violence, and mayhem in black neighborhoods. They close them often. In Brooklyn, a year or two ago, they reopened a pool that was closed for 20 years because they had to keep it closed because the last time it was open, the fellas were going around sexually assaulting the women in the pool. Well, yeah, violence in the pool, out of the pool, to the pool, walking to the pool, walking from the pool. Yeah, they had to do the same thing they did to this pool as they over in a little place called Canby Park, again in my little town. They had to close the pool down because there was too much crime, violence from the fellas. Yeah, I did a full podcast on it. I'm thinking about reposting that podcast. But now the local media in Philadelphia is starting to wake up that they closed a swimming pool in Philadelphia in a black neighborhood. And nobody can figure out why.
Another hot summer day in the pool here at Belfield Recreation Center is closed. You can see the chains and locks here on the gate. The threat of violence has it shut down for about a week now.
It kind of takes the summer away. Takes the summer vibes away.
This rain-filled pool is more than just a missed opportunity for families on a steamy day. It now symbolizes what gun violence has done to a Somerville neighborhood. It's locked up and drained after a daytime shooting around the block last Friday.
This is what we pay taxes for, to play in your own neighborhood. And it's wrong.
The Hickman family sat on their front porch angry it shut down. The kids go to summer camp at Belfield.
From what I heard, there was already a policeman around there at the time of the shooting. So maybe they need to put some more police officers around here.
We're told a bunch of kids were at the pool when the shooting happened, including her great-grandson.
I saw like caution tape and cop cars, all these cops. Just bad.
Investigators say an ongoing fight between two groups on different blocks has been going on for years.
We drained it that day because the other thing is that we also had to think about the safety of the staff that was on.
Donnell Martin runs the city's recreation center and tells NBC 10 the pool was also shut down briefly last summer. It could reopen as early as next week.
I think that any time that there's violence of that magnitude, that it's always scary.
A family continues to wait for that true feeling of summer to come back to the neighborhood.
But at least one person figured out a solution. This person, who's an alumna of LaSalle University, she said that the university should open their swimming pool to all the little fellas and lovely ladies in that neighborhood. Now, the papers and the local network affiliate want you to believe that the shootings, the violence, the ongoing violence was something attributed to something called gangs. Well, I'm not even sure what that is, but it was a lot of things going on there. It was relentless mayhem, chaos, violence from the fellas. Whether somebody was wearing red for the blood or blue for the Crips, it didn't really matter that much, did it? Now, this lady says, yeah, we ought to take all the problems that the city leaders of Philadelphia, all those problems, and bring them into our private university called LaSalle University. That's a great idea. Yeah. Anybody remember those 200 black people rampaging through the campus of Temple University just for the hell of it?
Please, sir. I want some more.
And so you don't think something like that would ever happen at LaSalle University? The same people who were acting the fool, creating sky-high levels of violence at Belfield, they're just going to come to LaSalle, and because they're at LaSalle, they're going to play nice now? So I did a podcast on this today, on the swimming pools, black swimming pools, how they're sites of mayhem, violence, chaos, all the time. happen so often they often have to close them down. So I kind of took a look at one swimming pool in my little town, Canby Park, where they had to close the pool down and kept it closed until they finally filled it in because the fellas were acting so crazy going to the pool, from the pool, and in the pool. And even before I could post the video you just saw here, it happened again yesterday. 17 fellas attacked a lifeguard, a female lifeguard, and a 45-year-old dude who was trying to protect her from the wrath of a parent who was over there beating the crap out of this 19-year-old female lifeguard because she kicked one of her little angels out of the pool for vulgarity, obscenity, and whatever. And don't say you did that when you were a kid, because this kid took it to a whole new level. It just never ends.
The police say a lifeguard was attacked at a Mayfair pool. Happened yesterday evening at the Vogue pool as it was closing. Detectives say surveillance video shows the 19-year-old lifeguard speaking to the mother of a child who had been suspended from the pool. That's when police say a woman, believed to be the girl's aunt, sucker punched the lifeguard in the face. Investigators say a 45-year-old man intervened and was attacked by more than a dozen teenagers. Both victims were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they know who they're looking for.
Yuki and Alex, an entire neighborhood is on edge after learning a man hired to keep swimmers safe was brutally attacked. Now police are on the search for 17 children they think are responsible.
First started out as one-on-one altercation, and then about 30 people were like fighting over there.
It may have looked like that many kids, but according to police, 17 girls and boys assaulted a 45-year-old lifeguard at Vote Playground in Mayfair just after 7:15 Monday night.
It was upstairs, and my friend said, come down. They were telling me that the lifeguard got jumped.
More than a dozen kids between the ages of 12 to 18 years old assaulted the lifeguard. He drove himself to Frankfurt Jefferson University Hospital to be treated for face and ear injuries. Now a Philadelphia police officer is also soaking up some sun at the public pool.
Feel safe around cops, But yeah, it is odd to see cops sitting there at the pool.
Nearby residents say they won't be venturing over to the pool, even with law enforcement present.
I'm very nervous now of going out, coming back home, going there now. I'm afraid now to go over there now.
Residents fear this problem will continue to get worse unless parents step in.
Kids aren't being disciplined the way they should be. That's what it is. The parents just don't care anymore.
Parks and Rec sent us a statement reading in part, the safety of our staff and patrons is always a top priority for Philadelphia Parks and Recreation. We are deeply disturbed by the incident that took place at Vote Recreation Center Pool and are working closely with the police department to share information and coordinate. We're told Councilman Bobby Heenan's office is also involved in this investigation.
At some point, somebody's going to have to figure out that black people ruin public spaces with frequency, predictability, regularity, and intensity. And somebody's going to have to stop blaming it on the white people, even if that does make the black kids angry.